Hello, we are Mobius Loop.
And we are not far-right fascists.
Who justifies a genocide? Who decides what's truth and what's
Hang on a minute, love. Have you seen what they've said about us here?
I hated Mobius Loop before they were fascists.
All right, we've got to put that on a t-shirt.
This is going to be a long one, guys, so grab yourself a brew or a smoothie and an energy ball and get cozy.
And to all our haters out there, we love you.
We love you. Yeah, no hatred in us for you while you send us hatred.
You cheeky bastards.
Probably know Mobius Loop are currently the target of a social media witch hunt by a Facebook group called Crusty Travellers Rationalist Dissident Faction, who are the perpetrators of this hateful campaign to create and circulate a false narrative about our band because we performed at 2 festivals that this group claim are far right. However, neither of these 2 events are politically affiliated with any political far right group.
Everything that this Facebook group is accusing us of here is solely in response to us performing at these 2 events, despite having played thousands of shows in Mobius Loop's near 2-decade career, as well as hosting fundraisers for victims of war, for being ambassadors of an animal sanctuary for rescued animals. We've taken supplies to and performed for the people in Calais refugee camp. We've raised money for social justice causes. We're also one of the few bands on the grassroots circuit that actually have a mission statement on our website that outlines our intent and our mission.
Check it out at mobiusloop.co.uk/mission.
And we all agree that equality is the pinnacle of human dignity.
The following Q&A is formulated in response to the hit piece that we have seen circulate in this past week through some of our Facebook network on what the Crusty Travellers Rationalist Dissident Faction were calling in their group Mobius Week, which is where they have actively planned and taken action to galvanise everyone they could in their group to message, comment and share as much of this false narrative as they could for a whole week in an attempt to publicly shame us and ruin our reputation, resulting in an overwhelmingly positive pushback from our incredible following of fans, including festival organisers, venue managers and countless professionals across the country and overseas.
Yes, and this group just happened to choose the week that is the anniversary of our son's passing to do this, and they've been contacting our employers, venues, festivals we perform at, and it's been very stressful actually to have these lies spread about us. So we're gonna respond directly to every single accusation.
We can assure you Mobius Loop stand against everything hateful written about us in this false narrative, and we are currently preparing to engage the Musicians Union, the police and a statement signed by the festival's events, venue organisers, charities and various professionals who have worked with Mobius Loop over nearly 2 decades in response to this defamation of character attack that we are currently the target of.
Tonight we ignite a peace fire to symbolise a need for a ceasefire. Every child is innocent, this isn't their war.
Ever since we were called best band in a generation to come out of Preston, we've garnered a couple of haters in that old hometown of ours.
We've got haters!
Yay, made it!
We've made it!
Woo! But seriously, we're definitely being tested here.
Some of the attacks have been so vicious actually that we've screenshotted them because some of them are just threats and it's just awful.
And we've got people in this crusty group saying they're going to come and find a good place to set fire to our home. This is an ex-mayor of Totnes who is a member of this group, and responding to a post in the group about our Peaceful World Festival and the Vegan Castle Housing Co-op, he has written this disgusting comment threatening arson on the building where families and children live. Gonna throw things at us when we're on stage, saying things like, you know where to find them because we put where our gigs are. It's intimidation, and we're being encouraged by the professionals of the industry to get the police involved now, which is something we've never wanted to do. But we're now the victims of hate speech, which is
calling for violence to people, you know.
Another thing they keep saying about us is that we're trustafarians. Hungarians, and it's like, come on guys, we're Northerners, we're from Preston, we're both from working class backgrounds, and we literally live from gig to gig.
Yeah, we have no savings, none of our family have savings, we are literally scraping by, and these people are targeting our only source of income, which is our music and our gigs. We get that their intent is to tackle the far right, and we too have the same mission.
The MAGA fan club in British politics was born. Whatever you do, don't vote for reform. A millionaires boys club laughing at the poor. Broken Britain has a rich man's mission at its core. You won't deal me no trump cards today.
However, they're using their energy to attack us, who have literally been singing against far right ideas for nearly 2 decades.
The common land is now an asset in someone's hand. Where once we wandered free, now we are forced to pay for the key. But don't take the signpost seriously. The whole of it is your home.
It's so confusing.
We literally call out the monarchy. We wrote Not My King. We call out authoritarianism. We call out the military-industrial complex.
My country, they build all the bombs to sell to other countries. Am I right? All the wrongs, because violence is heroic. If the establishment says murder becomes legal, when the army is paid to keep on killing babies.
Have Mobius Loop performed for a variety of far-right events or organisations over the last 3 years?
No, Mobius Loop have never supported or performed at any right-wing or far-right events. We perform at over 20 music festivals each season with our message of love and equality for all beings on planet Earth.
That you are most well known for performing at Stand in the Light Festival, run by the Light, Paper and Hope Sussex. Is there any truth to this?
Mobius Loop is most well known for being an award-winning philosophical folk band that sing about both human rights and animal rights, whilst trying to call out war and inequality with our songs at every gig, and our entire fan base is based on these principles. Our largest following by a landslide is the ethical vegan scene, a movement whose foundations are the extension of our human empathy outward to include all sentient animals, framing Mobius Loop as big supporters of Stand in the Light ignores the context that this festival was one of over 20 festivals that summer, something which can be seen in evidence throughout all our social media timelines. Also, stating that Hope Sussex runs Stand in the Light is a lie, and we have never had any interaction with them. Stand in the Light is run by the Light newspaper and A Stand in the Park, and our only prior knowledge of these two groups before the booking was that they were prominent in calling out the government overreach surrounding the lockdowns and the COVID vaccine.
You cannot lock me down, 'cause my body is made of sound. The sound is a vibration, a frequency of light that shone.
Have you ever put your music on the Light and Hope Sussex social media or given permission for this?
No, and we have not even seen any evidence that either group has used our music. However, as a band, you know, we upload everything to YouTube, which can be embedded anywhere, and we also put it via our promotion to like Instagram and Facebook libraries, so anyone can clip and put their own video to our music.
Do you condemn John Hamer for his previous Holocaust denial and anti-Semitic hate speech?
Yes, we absolutely condemn John Hamer for his Holocaust denial and his disgusting comments about Jewish people. We condemn all hate speech that calls for violence towards anyone. And for clarity, John Hamer's disgusting comments were never published in the Light newspaper. It was something he put out on his own platform, and he was imprisoned for it. We have friends whose family survived the Holocaust, and we would never diminish or dishonor the memory of such atrocities.
'Cause you have all the wisdom to create the vision of a peaceful world. It's yours to create.
Did you defend Stand in the Light and Hope Sussex as beautiful, lovely and unproblematic? And did you encourage your fans to buy tickets and take their children to those events?
We have never defended Hope Sussex and are unaware of who they are or what they stand for. After we took the first booking for Stand in the Light, a few people messaged us saying it was a festival run by far-right fascists. So we asked immediately the organiser for an explanation, and his response was, cancel culture, eh? Yes, it's a dirty BBC smear on the truth movement. We're peace-loving hippies, that's why it's called The Light and why we booked you. Let us know ASAP if you're going to cancel because of false witness though. We were shocked when people told us this event was far-right after accepting the booking, and we did wonder why they would have booked our overtly anti-right-wing band to perform on their Bob Marley main stage. However, when attending the event, we could clearly see that it was not a far-right or fascist event. It was multicultural and diverse, with banners saying Free Palestine and calling out racism and inequality. We were honest with our online audience about what we saw there and why we went there, and about how the Stand in the Light audience loved our anti-fascist, anti-racist message, and we even shared videos of this as proof.
And we're appalled by the racism that's prevalent in all the institutions of society, a system built on slavery, but we are a human family. When the prophets of war ignore the pockets of the poor who are forgotten and worn on board broken boats on the ocean, the genocide's ongoing now for centuries in the name of an empire that never tires of its colonialist ambitions, terrorists on a mission.
But it seems to be this very truth that we shared online afterwards that has caused such cognitive dissonance and anger in some people who aren't our fans, forcing them to lie about our band rather than accept our honest experience of the festival.
Read the history of human slavery. Stand together in solidarity, together in our communities. Empower every child and seek the unity. We are alive just for a time, so choose peace, please.
Have Mobius Loop supported or played at other far-right, race-hate, anti-trans conspiracy festivals and events, including the militantly anti-trans Jam for Freedom Festival alongside Birdie Rose and other trans hate activists?
We have never, ever confirmed a booking for Mobius Loop for an event based on supporting or playing for far-right, race-hate or anti-trans festivals or events. Jam for Freedom was an international movement to welcome all people to meet up and play musical instruments together through the lockdown to keep community spirits high. And we saw nothing hateful, far-right or fascist happening while at this event either. We have no idea who Birdie Rose is, and we were unaware of any trans hate activists in attendance.
Another rumour is that Mobius Loop were last seen in December 2025 playing a racist event with anti-Semitic conspiracy crank David Icke, anti-gay Tory MP Andrew Bridgen and John Watt.
The event was the Say No to Digital ID peaceful protest for the general public on Chamberlain Square in Birmingham in opposition to the government after they announced mandatory digital IDs, something we have always been concerned about. It was in no way a politically affiliated protest and was attended by people of all beliefs and cultures concerned with mandatory digital IDs. We have no idea who Andrew Bridgen or John Watt are or what they're about, but we did appreciate some of the things David Icke said in his speech at that event on the subject of mandatory digital IDs and standing against authoritarianism. But again, we are in no way supporters of David Icke and disagree with many of his other ideas. We literally performed 3 songs at the peaceful protest. May All Beings Be, Free from Slavery, Govern Mind, and our new digital ID song, Our Leaders Are Liars, which you can hear on our new album.
Resets the entire security system, digital ID in a corporate prison. It's all about profit, profit. It's all about profit, profit. Fed by the love of power, but the power of love is the only way to stop it, yeah.
Do Mobius Loop have any transphobic lyrics?
Absolutely not. We have always used our platform to speak up for social justice for all marginalised groups, and we believe in human rights for all humans, and that includes trans people. We have trans friends and fans, and we have songs that are pro-LGBTQ+ that we sing at every gig we do.
Don't blame it on the gay people. We are fun when the billionaire orders are the real people.
Mobius Loop are being accused of supporting and promoting and performing at far-right events, of raising money for fascist organisations who run these events, and of bringing new people into those organisations. What is your response to this?
Mobius Loop have never supported, promoted or raised money for any far-right groups. Quite the opposite, in fact. Mobius Loop are continuously involved in actively helping support, promote and raise money for animal sanctuaries, victims of war, refugees and social justice groups. To perform our message, which is anti-far right. It would be very strange for a far-right fascist event to book us, given our overt message.
Don't blame it on the emergence when it's clearly billionaires.
We don't think that being anti-mandated vaccines or questioning the COVID lockdowns or being gender critical makes people far-right fascists. We have received similar criticism from some vegans for taking our music and message to non-vegan festivals who accuse us of promoting and raising money for non-vegan events. But we have always been on a mission to reach as many ears as possible, including people and events that we may have disagreements with on a variety of topics. The majority of our fan base and the animal sanctuaries and charities we support actively encourage us to take our music and mission as far and wide as we possibly can.
Mobius Loop have denied being anti-Semitic or racist or anti-LGBTQ, but when asked specifically whether you agree with and support the views of the Light or Hope Sussex on these things, you consistently refuse to answer. What is your response?
We have responded to these accusations multiple times, denouncing and condemning all racism, hatred and bigotry. We do not know, nor have we ever worked with Hope Sussex. We have made many statements about how we do not agree with everything ever printed in the Light newspaper, but we do believe in freedom of press and freedom of speech, even speech we disagree with. We have also stated many times that we condemn all hate speech that calls for violence to others.
Crime could be more satanic than murdering the children of our beautiful planet. Yeah, collateral damage, yeah, every battle is savage, yeah, remember to project. Violence is the refuge of the defeated intellect.
Why does Alex have a covered up swastika tattooed onto his chest?
I went vegan 14 years ago, and at this time I got an ancient Jain, Hindu, Buddhist symbol of ahimsa, meaning non-violence, tattooed onto my chest with the word love written inside the 4 spaces. This ancient symbol is nothing to do with the Nazi swastika, which was inverted and twisted and used to represent evil ideas. The reason for covering the tattoo was because it was poorly done by a learner when I was homeless, and it looked scarred and blurry over time. The symbol is still a revered ancient spiritual emblem of non-violence across the world in many cultures. We have a Hindu version of the same symbol featured in our Sacred Lancashire music video at the resting place of our beautiful son Jemai.
Why did Alex say Adolf Hitler isn't to be blamed in an interview?
Well, this has been taken out of context. When I was being interviewed about my peace activism at the 2011 London protests, I referenced a well-known quote from Holocaust survivor Karl Stoiker, who said, "It wasn't Hitler, it wasn't Himmler, it was the neighbour, the shoemaker, the milkman. They were given a uniform and suddenly they were the master race." The removal of context from this conversation is very dishonest. Myself and all of Mobius Loop strongly condemn Hitler and the atrocities he committed.
It's just another war crime, and children die.
Are Mobius Loop going to continue to support and promote and play at far-right events, raising money for the fascist groups organising them and bringing in new people to see these organisations?
No, and we never have.
Listen to me, you are love and love is free. No one can sell you, only compel you. There is no God that's worthy of thee.
Why are Mobius Loop trying to recruit the right kind of people to come and live with them and pay them at a cooperative that they claim to be setting up on the grounds of a castle?
That is a lie, as no money is being paid to Mobius Loop. We are helping set up the Vegan Castle Housing Co-op for vegans who want to live around other vegans with shared values of non-violence in an already existing vegan shared house with the intention of purchasing the house for the vegan community. As it is a housing co-op, it is fundamentally intended for low-income people and does not discriminate against any potential residents on any grounds so long as the foundational principle of veganism is shared. Housing cooperatives are resident-owned and managed housing where members democratically control their homes, focusing on affordability, long-term stability and community.
Did Mobius Loop delete and block comments asking what role the castle owner will play in the cooperative?
That is another lie, as we did not delete all comments relating to our landlord, and we replied multiple times answering questions which can be seen by anyone on our social media right now. But we did delete lies and abusive, threatening comments after taking screenshots as evidence of online abuse for our police report. We pay our rent to our landlord. We do not live with him. We have never lived with him, and he is not a member or director of the Vegan Castle Housing Co-op. He is the owner of the building, and our community is working towards eventually purchasing the building. We do not inherit any opinions he shares on his personal page. This is one of the more recent additions to the crusty travellers, rationalist, dissident factions' lies against us. Initially, they circulated the lie that our landlord is homophobic, despite him being a gay man. Then they circulated the lie that he is mine and my brother Sean's dad, and that we already own the castle. And now they are circulating the lie that we are being paid to run the co-op. And to top it off, they have thrown in we are being paid by the BNP, all of which is provably false and is merely hateful online attacks that have no evidence to back up such claims.
Yeah, it's been rather stressful having this group messaging every single event and venue that we perform at, but we've known each other for 16 years and we're solid. We know each other, we know our intent, we know our mission. It's printed on our website proudly. We know that we have love in our hearts. We know that redemption and forgiveness are things that we can work towards as a human family on a planet, that we're all sharing our message has been the same for so long. One people, one world, in unity and peace. Listen to the lyrics of our songs. It's written into every single one.
We feel compelled to make this video because we are part of such a beautiful network across the UK and abroad of peaceful, loving celebrations that bring all people together without discrimination.